Hello again, I am Dr Askari from ASKINOLOGY. We're an aesthetic clinic in the city of London. So it is currently day 45 of the UK lockdown. I am still growing my afro. It's looking pretty mean at the moment. I've had to wet it down to keep it under control. But this is longer than I've ever had it before, which is slightly disconcerting because you can see little tufts out the corner of your eye. I keep thinking there's a spider or something stuck to my face. And of course, every now and again, I'm collecting bits of fluff, bits of food, and it's worse when people don't tell you. It's like walking around with your flies undone. You look in the mirror or you look down and you suddenly realise that it's been an embarrassing few hours. But that is enough of me. What I want to talk about today is retinol. Now, I hope that you've watched my previous videos on skin health and that analogy of the skin gym, because I'm going to continue that analogy regarding the skin gym. Now, retinol is like going to the gym and doing the weights. And the stronger your retinol, the bigger and the heavier the weights, the bigger the rewards, but the bigger the chance of problems along the way. So, for example, if you're lifting a heavy weight that's too heavy for you, you could injure yourself. And then you might need a few days off before going back. Same thing with retinol. So the first thing to say is that there's different types of retinol. The weaker ones being things like retinaldehyde. So have a look on your anti-aging skincare from Boots, and you might find something that starts with retin. And that will be one of the members of the retinol family. So something like retinaldehyde. You then have retinol, which would be a medium strength. And that is often found in products from specialist clinics like ourselves and comes in different strengths. So have a look at the concentration on there. I'd recommend starting at something like a 0.3% if you've never used retinol before. And then the big daddy is something like tretinoin, otherwise known as retinoic acid. And this is so strong, this is prescription strength, but fantastic. I mean, this is a really great anti-aging cream. It's good for sunspots, skin wrinkles and crepiness. It really is the ultimate anti-aging cream for your face. So how should you use these products? The first thing to say is you use them at night, okay? And the main reason for that is because sunlight breaks these molecules down. So wearing them during the daytime just reduces their efficacy. So use it at nighttime. And the next thing to say is start gently, okay? So what I would say is be using it something like 3 times a week at night. And it's important to do it after you've washed and cleansed your skin. If you're exfoliating, do that. And then when your skin's nice and clean and dry, that's when you go on to your retinol application. And after your retinol application, I wouldn't actually recommend doing much else. You don't need anything else, just go to sleep. So you're going to start off by using your retinol product 3 times a week, but start off with something super, super small, okay? And when I mean super small, when I say super small, I do mean that. Something like a petit pois size, a teeny little crumb on the end of your finger, just to see how you get on. So it's like easing yourself in at the gym. You're not going to jump in with the heaviest weights. You start with the lightest ones, even if it's a bit embarrassing. And there's people next to you lifting huge, chunky weights, and you're on like a 1 kilo dumbbell. That's fine, because it's all about doing it safely and not getting injured. So what kind of things could happen if you go a little bit too hard and fast with your retinol? Well, a bit of skin dryness is the most obvious sign, or the first sign that might come along. Some redness, some irritation, maybe even some flaking. Now, if these things happen, don't worry too much. Your skin is not being damaged in the long term. It's just letting you know that you've pushed it a little too hard. But, you know, if you want the best results, then do that. Go through that stage where you're getting some redness and some flaking. That's old, crappy skin, old dead skin that's coming away, allowing for the newer, fresher skin to come from down below. So if you're really up for it during this lockdown period, go with your retinol, do it 3 times a week, and do it enough so that you do get a little bit of skin reaction. And that way you know you're going to be getting the quickest results and the best results. For those of you that don't want to go through that period of kind of flaking or redness, that's fine. But here's a couple of things to note. The first is that you want to wait at least 48 hours after your first application to decide what you're going to do next. And the reason for that is it takes a couple of days for any reactions to come along. So what you shouldn't do is put on your retinol Monday night, wake up Tuesday and think, oh, don't know what that Dr. Askari was talking about. What an idiot. I'm fine. I'm going to crack on. because by the time you get to Wednesday, you might only just start seeing the reaction as the result of what you put on Monday. And of course, if you are in trouble or if you put too much on, well, now you're going to have a double whammy because you slapped a load on Tuesday too. So please don't do that. That's why I say start off 3 times a week and gradually build it up. So rule number 2, if you do get some of that reaction and it's not for you, don't worry. Just stop your retinol application for a couple of days, let things settle down, and then start again. It's important to start again. Don't just leave it, because if you leave it for too long, you're going to lose that strength that you built up from previous. So it's a bit like going to the gym. You've worked out a little too hard one day, so you think, I just won't go to the gym for another week or 2. Well, if you leave it too long, you've lost the benefit of all that hard work previously done at the gym.